What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's see what we can do today. We had a big move up during the London session, so trading, what that could possibly mean. Let's see. And when market open, it did push all the way back down. So we gonna see what we can do. Let's see. We are in a weekly fair value gap. This gray box right here is a weekly fair value gap. So I want to check and see what we gonna do here. And like I always say, I like to wait till 10 a.m. before I take a trade. So we just gonna be patient and call pricing to the end. Okay, let's get it. Let's see. And let's mark this hourly fair value gap that we got right here. Yeah, and if you've been watching the stream and you got anything you want to learn or any question that you might have, just leave a comment and I'll get to making a video explaining it more in depth. Let's see, we do have a hourly fair value gap right here. And we gotta be mindful that we are if we go to the weekly, I noticed that we were in a weekly fair value gap. And I did say yesterday on stream that I was paying attention to that. Like I was expecting us to come into here and possibly reject. Like if we reject, then of course we'll go lower. But if we create this week, if we create an inversion over this, then we possibly going to take our all-time highs, which we already did on ES. So let's go back down to these lower time frame. Yeah, I like to wait till that 10 a.m. silver bullet and really get a market time to decide what it's going to do. The way the market looking right now, I don't want to take any. I don't think I want to take any bullish setups because, like I said, we are in that weekly fair value gap, and the liquidity over here looking very low resistance like. So I already just miss out on the bullish move. Even if I know I can catch a couple points on it, I rather wait and see if we can get something bearish. So let's see. We do have a 15-minute inversion here that if we close below this, then we definitely will be on our way to being bearish. So this 15-minute candle right here is going to determine our bias because I do trade the 10 a.m. power 3, and that's the accumulation, manipulation, and distribution of that 4-hour candle. And that's all you really need to be profitable is that 10 a.m. candle. Let's check this 1 minute, see what's going on down here. Like I said, I'd rather not catch, like, because we could easily bounce from right here. Like, let me go to the 2 minute. I'm sure. Yeah, like we could easily bounce from here and take out this low resistance liquidity right here. But I would rather wait and not take that. I would rather wait for a down move. It's just higher probability in a down move because we are in a weekly fair value gap. Yeah, that's what I want to see. We got about 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes for this 15-minute candle closes and before it's 10 a.m. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, it's crazy. I figured I need to post the clips. Yesterday I was saying I figured there was my bias. Yesterday I was expecting us to come up into here, and once we got into here we would see some type of a rejection, and I wanted to catch a rejection set up from here. He's like, you have to be patient when you know what the market is going to do and everything is starting to align. You have to be patient. It might not come at the exact moment you want it to, but when it do come, you just be prepared and ready. Let's see. Yep. So, and we are at the 950 macro right now. So let me come down to this 1 minute. See what. Yeah, I got a good feeling that we're gonna try and push lower. Delete this stuff from yesterday. How everybody doing though? I hope everybody having a good day, a good morning at least, cause the day just getting started where I'm at. And the hardest thing about trading is like if you don't like sitting still and stuff, it's just the patience aspect. Like you gotta be very, very, very patient and understand that you might have to wait. You know, there's no telling how long you might have to wait for setups to happen. Because as I said yesterday, like once I started seeing how the market was moving, I was like, okay, yeah, I can tell I probably have to wait till 10:20 through 10:40 before I catch a trade, and that's exactly when it happened. I just had to be patient and wait for it to come. We got double fair value gaps right here, so I don't like that too much that we have two right here. So even if we close below this first one, but we don't close below this one, I don't typically like to see two fair value gaps stacked because we could easily close below this one and then come into this one and go higher. But like price just chose to run. It just ran. It's not even any bearish candles from here all the way up until 5 this morning. 10 hourly. Check out this 15 minute. Yeah, these next couple minutes are gonna be important. I want to see like we did leave a fair value gap here, and so I want to see do we get that? Well, this is the 15 minute. Like, do we get a retracement back into this fair value gap? So we'll see, and maybe that'll be like our if we get a retracement back up into here. Maybe that'll be our 4 hour power three manipulation. You got tree trading like a hunt, like we on the hunt. We just waiting, being patient, waiting on the kill shot. But I do notice like all of this low resistance liquid, like this it just looks like we're forming a market maker sell model. We got 4 more minutes. Yeah, with trading, you got to learn to be patient, especially in a world when everything is just moving so fast and you can get everything so instant. Trading pays the person who is patient. It's almost like fishing. Like when you go fishing, you might sometimes you might catch something, sometimes you might not. And the times that you catch something, you might have had to wait all day just to get one bite. But that's why I like fishing because it teaches patience. Like if you're gonna fish, you gotta be patient because you never know what to expect. You never know if you're gonna get a bite. You never know how long it's gonna take you to get a bite. It's the same thing with trading. You never know when you're gonna get that bite. You never know when that setup is going to come. But you can put yourself in position so when it does come and everything does align up right, then you could take the trade. You got 2 more minutes left. delete this stuff from yesterday. And I think anybody who come out to support the stream, I'm just trying to build something up to help other traders who trying to grow, because I know how the journey can be. I know the journey can be lonely, and I want to help other people be able to get to where I'm at. I'm not saying you're gonna be the world's greatest trader, because I'm not the world's greatest trader, but I can get in here and analyze the market and understand where the market is going and get in, make some money, and you will be able to do the same. I know how hard it is to find people when you first starting to be able to do that. We got 1 minute left on this candle. And here we go. It's time for that power three. What would be ideal for me if I'm like expecting to trade the power three? I would want to see us come into here. Let's make this another color so we can distinguish it. I would want to see us come into here before rejecting. Like, so like I said again, with this, we could have to wait to 1020 through 1040. So we'll be patient. We got a lot of chop around up in here. So hopefully we can get that manip. I mean, it doesn't have to happen like that, but that would be ideal. Let me post this link so I can get this video out to more people. Because right now we're in that accumulation phase. Right now we just chopping around, and this is the accumulation. And once you trade it for a while, you know that this is going to happen, so you're expecting it. Like when I first started trading, I see this, I would get so annoyed and be so upset that we just chopping around. But like with learning, I understood that we chop around, then we can manipulate up into here. This is a 15-minute fair value gap, and then we could distribute lower. So like once I start understanding concepts and things like that, then I learned to be more patient because I knew what was going on. When I didn't know what was going on, I just wanted stuff to happen so fast until you really understand how the market go and how it work and understand the macros. Like that's when you want to see price really moving with speed when we come up and approach those macro times. Like if you're in the macro and it's not really moving with speed, then you can kind of tell you if by trading it a lot, you can kind of tell if the trade won't go your way, or if you should probably be reevaluating and see what you're missing. Because what I've noticed is when price is hunting for liquidity, it's trying to get there fast as it can. And remember, I said that 10, that 1020 through 1040 is when I've noticed that this power three really starts to go in effect. We're just gonna continue to be patient. Because I really want to see us tap into that 15-minute fair value gap. Like that will give me a lot of confirmation of my bias. And even if we do get bullish for a little minute, that still mean we got to tap into that fair value gap. So let's see what we do. Check out other time frames. Let's look at this hourly. Okay. And see, that's what doing analysis and checking your time frame because we can tape read this even though like I'm bearish and I want to remain bearish. We do need to take note of this fair value gap here that I had talked about earlier. We'll make this blue. So we do want to come down and tap tap deeper into this. Let's see. Yeah, but I'm remaining patient. Let this play out how it wants to. Because like I said, I'm really anticipating this market maker sell model. So we could come all the way down into about here to this is the original consolidation. So I see us coming all the way down into here. So I have time to be patient and I can catch these multiple moves I'll be able to catch in this market maker sell model. Yeah, but what will really make my day is if we got a retracement up into this red box. Like if price retracement came into here, that would literally make my day. But where I'm at now with trading, I never thought it'd get this easy, or I'd be able to understand the market like this. And but what it took for me was I knew how to trade and I knew how to find strategies. But with those strategies, once I entered, like it would give me an entry, but once I entered, I didn't know where the market was going. So like the whole time I'm in a trade, I'd be nervous and scared because I just know I enter. I don't know where it's going after I enter or anything. I just know how to find setups to get into a trade. I don't know how to dictate or tell where it was going after I got in. So once I realized that, I was like, okay, I gotta figure this out. I gotta do some studying and learning to be able to dictate where the market is going. That's when I came up on ICT and I learned about liquidity. And once I learned liquidity, it made it way easier. Like you could tell, like if you got some liquidity resting somewhere and the market is moving a certain way, you can kind of tell, okay, we targeting this liquidity, or we might not be targeting this liquidity because we doing this. So, like just learning about low resistant liquidity versus high resistant liquidity, that changed a lot, and it was way simpler than I thought it would be. It's like it put it gave me a story to be able to go into the market and look for and be able to read versus me just having a summary. So like I said, I am bearish, but I do want to see us come up a little bit. I do want to see us come up a little bit before going lower. And like I always say, the good thing about trading is if that don't happen, then we don't take a trade. So me being wrong about what I want to happen doesn't cause any harm if I don't lose any money. And it's just certain setups that I like to trade because even though I'm expecting it to come up here, that don't mean that I'm just gonna get in the trade and take it up to here. I'm taking the most high probability trades that I can because I could get in the trade and trade it to there, but it's like that's not the most high probability trade that I can find, and it won't give me the most points versus me entering a trade up in here and I'm taking it all the way down into here. Because trading is all about probability and like if I can take a trade from here to here, that's a big trade. And like I want to make my winners big and I want to make my losers super small. So it's like no matter how many times I lose, if they're very small, they won't affect me when I have winners that can come from a range like from here all the way down to here. Like I said, like trading can be very simple if you can master your mental. It's like I call it like a mental mastermind. Like you got to become a mental mastermind to trade. You got to be able to control your emotions. It's like trading help you get better in real life because all of those bad habits you have, you got to get rid of them. You can't be greedy. You can't be sporadic and just doing stuff and just getting upset because it's gonna show in your trading. It's like you just really gotta work on yourself. So for me, trading is almost like a therapist because when you having some type of problem, trading is gonna let you know. You're gonna get in this chart and it's going to show. It can be simple as you can be to had an argument with somebody and you get in this chart and try to trade. I guarantee that you're not gonna have a good trading day. Just like you gotta be a trading forces you. Like I always say, the trading forces you to become a better person. The person I was before I started trading versus who I am now, I never would have thought that I would have even came close to being the person that I am now. Like, and I know a lot of people probably can't even believe that I'm on the path that I'm on. Cause stuff that I used to do used to be crazy. I used to be a whole different person, but trading helped me become better in my love for trading and wanting to get better at it. Because I'm not gonna say I'm a perfectionist, but when I do stuff, I get very indulged in, and I like to figure it out, and I like to conquer it. So me conquering trading meant me becoming a better person. So that was something I had to do. I just like to be a motivation to everybody around me. I wish I knew more people who wanted to trade or take trading serious, but that's why I'm trying to build the community. I'm trying to build to show people that trading can change your life, and not only in a monetary aspect, but mentally. It'll make you want to get in shape because working out and stuff helps your mind and helps you to get better. But right now we still chopping around, which is kind of expected because we did have a big move like in the London session from really all the way from the Asia session. We had a big move all the way up. So I'm kind of expecting this chop right here. So I still want to see if we can get this manipulation in here and then we can just ride it down. And if you got any questions or anything, feel free to leave them in the chat. While we waiting on the trade, I can answer or talk about anything that y'all want me to talk about. Yeah, but I'm expecting us. If we look at the daily chart, we've been bullish. We look at the daily, we've been bullish. We've been bullish all the way really since here. Like we had a couple bearish days, but for the most part, we've been pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. And now we've came into some resistance, a fair value gap on the daily and the weekly. And we do have a SMT with ES. Like if you go look at ES, what you can call it like the sister of NQ, what we were just looking at in trading. Like if you look at this, ES took this high. So ES is at an all-time high. But let me go back to NQ. NQ is not as strong. It hasn't taken its high and it's in a fair value gap. So we could push lower. And that's what I'm kind of anticipating and trying to see what. And I do see that market maker sell model that could be forming. So I do want to see us come tap back into this. Let me put up a little message up here. Now let's pay attention. Like when you do have a bias, what I like to do, like right now I have a bearish bias. I do like to pay attention and try to make sure I'm not too caught up in my bias and make sure I'm not missing anything that could show that we going in the other direction. Because I do see this low resistance liquidity that's forming as we just grind and lower. So we'll pay attention, see what the market want to do. Let's see how many points, like how many points would it be if we if we did catch an upside trade? Let's just say like right here. That's a good 3 to 1 if we did catch a trade, even to up here. Which is not bad. But if we were to catch an upside trade, we definitely would have to go lower to even give ourselves an inversion. Let's check this out. Yeah, we still in that 1 hour gap. Check all time frames. Let's delete this one. We do have a 2 minute gap here. And remember, I do like to trade the power of three. So that's the only reason that I would take a short bullish trade is because we could be forming a bullish power of three. We would just have to close above this red box for me to be able to get in. Very simple, not complicated at all. that 10-20 mark. So yeah, I expect price to start deciding what it wants to do. Let's check something. Let me go check out NQC that. Okay, it didn't. I mean ES. And ES's gap looks way better. Let's see what we gonna do. Yeah, we just pushing lower, 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 lower. Like we very, very, very bearish. Like we definitely want to come into this box here. Let me check out SPY. Real quick, see what. Let's see. Let's see. So this is the trade I want, but if we just keep grinding lower, then that's cool because I am expecting us. I do know my bias is bearish, but this would just be a quick trade that we could take because I don't see the market presenting us with our setup that I would like to take without us going higher first. There's no way possible. Check this weekly. We pushed out of there strong. We rejected that. We rejected that weekly fair value gap strong. Let's see. If we can't get a close above here to get some type of a release bounce, then yeah, I just in the stream here. We caught a good trade yesterday. I'm happy with that. So I'm not gonna force anything for the rest of these days. We just got 2 more days in the week. Yeah, I just end the stream here, and if we can find anything, I'll make a video about it. Cause right now we're just grinding. We're just grinding lower. I would need us to go higher anyway for us to catch a setup. So while we're just grinding lower, I'm just gonna do some studying and make some more content. Thank you to everybody who stopped by the stream today.